Hi everyone, thank you for watching CCN Crown City News, your neighborhood. I'm Sunita Joshua Madison. Our top story, a Friday morning apartment fire in Pasadena kills a 28-year-old woman, and authorities are calling it arson and murder. Investigators say the woman killed in the fire was Maria Donnelly. They ruled the fire as arson after investigators found flammable fluids in the unit. Pasadena police found Donnelly's body Friday morning just before 6 at her apartment at 59 South Meridian Avenue. That's Meredith Avenue. Autopsy results led the Los Angeles County Coroner's Office to classify Donnelly's death as a homicide. Police arrested Donnelly's ex-boyfriend, Corey Green, on Saturday, October 1st, but say the investigation is still ongoing. Now on to our other big story. The Muir football coach is placed on leave after an incident with a student believed to be carrying a weapon. Football coach Ken Howard, a former security guard, heard the reports and helped campus security guards search for the student. Once they found him, we're told that the coach scuffled with the student to restrain him. They didn't find a weapon, and the minor's name has not been released. PUSD officials we contacted for the story said they were waiting for the results from an investigation of this case so they could get clarity on the situation before they would comment. Joe Hopkins, a local publisher and the attorney for Coach Howard, is here live to tell us more. But first, Uni Parada with El Centro de Acción Social, which was involved with the story by talking with the student's family, joins us live by phone. Thanks for joining us, Uni. Are you there?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Well, what does the student say happened?
Well, number one, the student, and it is also number one, what it has happened at the school is that this person's backpack was searched and there was no weapon. All of the news, nobody says anything about that. This child or this student was innocent completely. He did not have any weapons, and he was physically bruised up. Mm-hmm. You know, he was restrained to the point of leaving blood on his neck.
Now,
that from somebody that has done absolutely nothing.
So far,
the fact of we thinking that it was proper is kind of
okay. Now, tell us, where did that blood come from? What was the injury that he suffered?
On his neck.
Did he have a cut?
On his neck and in the back.
Okay. Now,
the back had bruising, and the front around his neck there was some blood.
Now, part of what we heard happen is that there was a group of students whose bags were searched, and he was the one student who didn't want his bag searched. Why didn't he allow his bag to be searched?
Number one, do you think that that's what it happened? Have you spoken to him?
Well, according to police reports,
in here, and we're assuming. And
we did talk to Pasadena police, and that's what they indicated.
I'm sorry?
We did talk to Pasadena police, and that's what they indicated.
Well, the Pasadena police, to begin with, after having somebody that knowingly, and everybody saying that he did rough him up, he did go into the classroom and choke him and slammed him onto a desk. Okay. Any person that has done that, I believe the police officer should have responded differently than to say that he did everything right. That is not correct. Okay. A person cannot do that to a child.
Well, now the reports from this situation, what they're saying is that earlier in the week there had been a knife fight at the school. Is that something that you know about?
Was this particular student involved in a fight?
Okay.
Are you aware of that or not? Or you're just making assumptions like everybody else also?
Well, what they are saying is that, the day of this incident, because of that what they believe to be an earlier incident, that there were a group of students that they believed to have weapons on campus. So obviously the situation was heightened, and that this was the only student who did not allow his bag to be checked. So do you think that, could the student have handled the situation differently as well?
Everybody could have handled that. You cannot have, like what they were saying in here, that the security guards were with this man, with this coach, with him. And why is it that the security guards did not do something as opposed to the coach? Don't you think that that might have been something kind of strange?
Now, do you think that the security guards would have acted differently, knowing that a student is not cooperating with a search when there's believed to be a weapon on campus? Do you think the security guards would have acted differently?
I don't know about what they would have acted and how they would have done it, but to me, a coach doing this to a student, any hypotheticals can happen, just like Renata Cooper said, he's not authorized to conduct a search.
Okay.
Period.
Now, quickly, I just wanted to ask, we're short on time, but so the mom of the student is a volunteer at the school from what we've heard.
Yes.
You're familiar with the family, do you see lawsuits being filed here? Who would be impacted by that?
I am not in the liberty to say anything about a lawsuit, because as evident as you can see that they are very much afraid of coming out because of how the situation many times, and just look at the comments in the newspaper, all of them are like as if the student has already done something wrong, or if they are comparing it to Columbine. It is something that, wow, it is amazing.
Well,
that
just last
nobody
week,
feels that how can this student, without finding anything, it is already portrayed as he has done something wrong.
Well, we did contact PUSD to make a statement about this story, and they declined. As we mentioned, they have pending investigation, and they're waiting for the outcome of that. We also contacted Coach Howard for this story, and he led us to his attorney, Joe Hopkins, who joins us live in studio. So I appreciate, I believe that you're going to be holding on with us, Uni, as well.
Yes, I would like to hear what the attorney has to say.
Okay. Now, Coach Joe Hopkins, you weren't at this as well, but what does Coach Howard say happened with this incident?
Well, before
what has
I
he told
even
you?
address that, I'm still floating from what I just heard about what did and did not happen from Ms. Parada, who was not there. Who has made all kinds of accusations that are absolutely false. I talked to the Pasadena Police Department this evening. They indicated there will be no criminal charges filed because there was no criminal activity. And we have Ms. Parada painting this young man as an absolute angel who was ascended upon for absolutely no reason other than his being there at the school. And being searched and proven to have no weapon. The fact is they don't know whether he had a weapon or not because he wouldn't let anybody look in his backpack. The irony, and I'll just make this last statement.
I did talk to Pasadena Police before this show. Mm-hmm. They said that the security officials did eventually do a search of the backpack.
After somebody had time to get rid of anything that was in there. There was no weapon found.
Allegedly.
Period. Mm-hmm. And at the same weekend, we had a young lady in Los Angeles stabbed to death at a school. Now, Ms. Parada talked about Columbine, and she's, blown this so out of control. Out of proportion that it's almost hard to comment on the question you asked me. But I'll do that. Coach Howard was called by Vice Principal Park, along with others, to find the weapons that they reasonably believed was on campus in somebody's possession. This young man was one of a number of people who they attempted to search. Everybody was cooperative except him. Mm-hmm. And when you're talking about a deadly weapon and only one person says no, then it leads to a reasonable conclusion that he had some kind of guilty mind, some kind of guilty conscience. That's why he didn't want to be searched.
Well, why didn't the coach maybe let the security guards handle the situation once the student has been found? Do you think they could have handled it differently?
Well, there's nothing to handle differently. As I understand the story, he's asking the young people, "Can I look in your backpack?" And they all said no. Said yes, except this young man said, you can't look in mine, and stood and approached the coach in an attacking manner. The coach merely the one thing she did say was that he was wrapped up. Yes, he was wrapped up in the coach's arms, not choked, not thrown down. I don't even know how anybody gets blood on anything from being thrown down unless they were thrown into something.
So the situation you're describing, I mean, did the student attack Coach Howard then, are you saying, or how did this happen?
Let me put it like this. Everybody agrees that there was a scuffle. Mm-hmm. The coach asked to look in a backpack. Now, the rest of what happened, we don't know exactly. I mean, I know Coach Howard's version. I won't even get into that. What I will say is, one person doesn't scuffle by themselves, and he was not a baby and a child that, as Ms. Parada is trying to intimate, that he's a 5-year-old. This was This was a high school kid who just last year was suspended for throwing a bottle and hitting another staff person.
Okay. Now the thing that is in question at this point that people are asking is why is the coach taking the lead on this? If there are security officials there, why didn't they take the lead?
What
do you answer to that?
The answer is exactly what I already said, that the vice principal, whose name has been kept clear, called and said he needed some help over in this classroom where there were some problems. Coach Howard has been there 17 years. I don't know why the security guards did not take the lead or whether they did. It just so happened that as they were searching backpacks, it was his turn to search this particular kid's backpack. He didn't know that he was going to be attacked by this kid.
Well, Ms. Parada, you know the family. What is the mom saying to you as far as her son being involved in an incident like this? What has she said to him as far as his interaction with authority figures?
After hearing what Mr. Hopkins has to say, I think that I would like to not participate in this because he is, as you know, it is his attorney, and I think that it will be much better handled with another attorney than myself. Okay.
We do thank you for joining us. And what's next? Do you know how long Coach Hopkins will be placed on leave?
Well, Coach Howard is on leave pending investigation. And as is usual in these cases, an employee who is accused of something by a student or another employee is generally placed on a leave pending investigation. Once the investigation is over, the authorities will determine whether the leave is going to be extended or turned into a termination, or whether he will go back to work.
Okay.
I don't know, and I won't even presume to speculate.
Okay.
There's been enough speculation in this case so far.
Well, we do thank you for joining us and telling us a little bit more about what's happening with this incident, and thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Okay. Well, when we come back, we'll have a snapshot of some of the other top stories right here in the San Gabriel Valley. And October is here, and the pumpkin patches, people are ready to go to those. So CCN meteorologist Curtis Peak will tell you what kind of fall weather we have in store when we come back. You're watching CCN Crown City News. Your news, your neighborhood. Don't go away.
G morning, sunshine. Wakey, wakey. Text me back. Hey, did you tell your parents about us? Let's skip first period together. Did you get all my texts? Is practice over yet? Where are you at? Are you with your friends? That's LAAAAMMEEE. Capital X, lowercase o, capital X, lowercase o.
I love you. JK, I hate you. JK.
Are you ignoring me?
We're in a huge fight right now.
Is this something I did?
I can see your lights on. I'm coming over.
This isn't a
What'd you
joke.
dream about?
Me?
I'm lonely. Holla back. Holla back. Let's try something new. Nude pics. Send me some. Text me.
My joints ache so bad, I wake up in pain every day. I want to know why.
I want to know why my hair is falling out. How did this happen?
How did this happen? A little pain in my knee. That's how it started.
That's how it started. This rash on my face, now it's like my body is attacking me. I want answers.
When you don't have the right answers, it may be time to ask your doctor the right question.
Could I have lupus?
Do you have a great business idea?
Apple cider, pumpkin patches, Halloween around the corner. October is here, so let's check in with CCN meteorologist Curtis Peak to find out all about the fall weather we're going to have in Southern California. Hi, Curtis.
Hey, how are you today?
We're doing great.
Well, we are going to have some fall weather this week. Good evening, San Gabriel Valley. I hope you guys are ready for a little rain. Let's get you going right now. Today, our high was 79 degrees, our low 59 degrees, our normal is 82 degrees. Low tonight is going to be about the same level where it should be normal. Rain is on the way. We do have two cold systems that are sitting off the Pacific right now. We have one that's going to make its way in tonight and onshore tomorrow. This is going to be a fast moving storm, but this is not our big storm. Our big storm is going to come in late Tuesday night into Wednesday. We are going to see about 6 hours of heavy rain coming down. So do prepare for that. And we are going to see our snow levels drop down to about 5,500 feet. And we are going to get a great weather weekend. As we take a look at our satellite radar, this is that first storm that's going to come in tonight to Monday night into Tuesday. But this is our big rainmaker that's sitting in the Aleutian Islands off the coast of Alaska right now. It's going to make its way down the Pacific on Tuesday night, and it's going to make its way on shore on Wednesday. And this is going to be the biggest of those two storms. We are in October, so this is our first storm of the year. As we take a look at what's happening right now outside, we do have 73 degrees. Our winds are out of the southwest at 7 miles per hour. Our sunrise tomorrow morning is going to be at 6:43. Our sunset this afternoon is going to be at 6:36. Our overnight lows right now, we have 50s and 60s across the board. Up in Monrovia, we are going to see 57 degrees. Over in Glendale, 60 degrees. Right now, our highs for tomorrow, we are going to see temperatures really drop. We're going to be about 10 to 15 degrees below normal where we should be. West Covina, you're going to come in at 69 degrees tomorrow. As we take a look at our 7-day forecast, we are going to have a 20% chance of rain on tomorrow. That rain is going to come in, like I said, possibly tonight and make its way on shore and most of the morning, but it should dissipate as the day goes on to see the second system come in on Tuesday night and come into Wednesday morning. Here we are going to have the heaviest of the rain out of this second system. That rain is going to continue into Thursday. Thursday afternoon, it is going to begin to taper off. It's going to give way to Friday. Sun is going to return on Friday. Look at Saturday, 75 degrees. Sunday, we are going to be able to salvage a little bit of the weekend, 83 degrees. But look across the board at night, we are going to have 50 degrees. So the temperatures are going to dip a little bit. We are in October. We are going to have pumpkin patches, and we are going to have the fall weather. But next week, it's going to warm back up.
Well, that's what we like to hear. You know, you clean up the pumpkins just in time for the weekend and, you know, still be able to wear some cozy sweaters maybe.
Exactly.
Maybe not too heavy, but, you know, warm up a little bit in the evening.
And get out your rain boots and your raincoats and your umbrellas.
It sounds perfect. Warm up that apple cider. Thank you, Curtis.
You're welcome.
Well, wish you could save enough money to buy a home? Would $15,000 be enough to help you with the down payment? Then you'll want to find out about a federal program that may be able to make your wish come true. You won't want to miss this next on CCN, Crown City News, your neighborhood. We'll be right back.
Hands can do incredible things. Now they can even help save a life with hands-only CPR. If you see an adult suddenly collapse, just call 911, then push hard and fast in the center of the chest until help arrives. Learn more at handsonlycpr.org.
Okay, when I give you the signal, you two cut left to the flag. I'm gonna cover you from that tree over there. Remember, don't go for the flag unless you know the coast is clear, okay?
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent, because kids in foster care don't need perfection. They need you.
What if a disaster strikes without warning? What if life as you know it has completely turned on its head? What if everything familiar becomes anything but? Before a disaster turns your family's world upside down, it's up to you to be ready. Get a kit, make a plan, be informed today. Learn how at ready.gov.
Be free. Nice, Dad. Nice, Dad. Nice, Dad.
Charles!
Nice, Dad.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of siblings in foster care who'll take you just as you are.
Wish you had enough money for a down payment on a new house? For many renters, it's not only the monthly mortgage payment that prevents them from becoming homeowners, it's coming up with enough money for the down payment. A new federal program helps low to medium income first-time home buyers in California, Oregon, and Washington get over that extra hurdle towards home ownership. Tom Saris with the WISH program, or actually he's with a bank who offers the WISH program, is here live to tell us more. Thanks for being here, Tom. So tell us, how does this program work?
Well, what it is, it's a first-time home buyers program. You have to be a first-time buyer.
Okay.
So basically, a first-time buyer is somebody that has not owned any real estate in the past 3 years.
Okay.
So there are some qualifications needed, income restrictions.
What kind of income levels?
Depending in what county you'll be buying the property at. For example, in LA County, if you'll be buying a single borrower, your income cannot exceed $47,850 for this year, 2011.
Okay.
So each year, HUD will issue different limitations. Okay.
And how much money does HUD have to go to this program, and do they run out or do they keep adding to it?
It's every year is different.
Okay.
For example, this year I believe they allocated about $9.3 million. Okay, but you have to be a bank member to get access to this product.
Okay. Now, do these funds have to be paid back, or what if you sell your home, you get the program, join the program, and then you sell your home in a year?
Well, that's a very good question. Actually, the way it works is like this. You get a subsidy up to $15,000, okay? If you keep the property for 5 years, you don't have to pay it back.
Okay.
Okay. So every year that you keep the property, they'll reduce by 20% of the principal.
Okay, now, some of the things that had led to, a small part of the housing bubble were people who maybe got into homes that they really couldn't, maintain or keep up with the payments. Does a program like this, kind of just make that problem worse, where there are people who, part of the solution was increasing down payments?
Actually, the biggest problem that we had back then with the crisis now is that a lot of people were buying properties with no money down, with no income qualifying. It's basically, hey, you have a FICO score, you can breathe, you can sign, you get a loan, basically. But nowadays, with this product here, you have to really qualify. It's not just something that will be given to you. Okay, you have to qualify based on guidelines, ratios, assets, reserve, things like that. The beauty of this product is that we do this in combination with HUD, with FHA, okay? FHA on the first, and then this will be a silent second, basically, with no monthly payment. And then after 5 years, it's forgiven.
Okay, so no monthly payments on
no
the 15th,
monthly payments
or
on the
up to
15,000,
$15,000, but they still make their mortgage payments. That's
on the first,
separate.
On the first.
On the first of each month, you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, what if someone does foreclose on their property? What happens to those funds?
That's to my knowledge, that's what it is, foreclosure.
Okay, so
because it's closed with the first and the second at the same time. It's not like a second you take it out later on. Okay, so when you close it concurrently with the first and the second, the silent second, it's wiped out.
Okay, what kind of demand do you find for this program?
There's a lot of demand for this product. The last couple of weeks, we've got so many phone calls. Okay, everybody calling for this product here. It's a very good product for for the right person.
Okay.
It's not for everybody.
How do people find out more? Is there a website we can send them to?
Yeah, you can go to www.mortgagesubsidy.info.
Okay. Well, that sounds good, and they can get some more information there. Thank you for joining us.
You're welcome.
Okay, well, our teen techie, Grant Derderian, is here with some of the top stories making news in the tech world. What do you have for us, Grant? The top three, right?
Yeah, some big news with the top tech companies this week. And we'll begin actually with Amazon and their new announcement of total redesign of all the Kindle models, and also an Apple announcement with some big products from them. But we'll begin first with news from Facebook this past week and their unveiling of a new timeline to replace your current profile. That's right, the new timeline, which is a completely new design from the profile, allows users to go back in time through another user's events on the site. However, the new timeline feature lets you add life events such as getting hired, breaking a bone, moving, and that kind of thing to your timeline in order to highlight specific events. The feature is being called the biggest redesign of the social networking site since its inception, although others say it is simply a minor improvement to a long-lasting feature. The timelines are currently undergoing developer testing and are expected to be rolled out to all users soon. Also this week, Apple has invited the press to an event tomorrow, that's Tuesday, October 4th, saying, "Let's talk iPhone," indicating that the next generation of Apple's popular phone product is coming soon. People are speculating that the new device will have an improved processor, better camera, and other features, but one of the most interesting things about the device is that it likely won't be unveiled by Steve Jobs, Apple's former CEO. Instead, new CEO Tim Cook is expected to take the stage to talk about the device, and we'll of course have more on that and what they announce next week on the CCN Tech Bite. And finally this week, Amazon is also burning up the world of e-readers and tablets by announcing one of their own, the Kindle Fire. The new device, which runs a highly customized version of Android, is a media hub letting users watch and rent movies, books, and more, all from Amazon. But more interesting is the device's price, only $199. This makes the Kindle one of the cheapest full-featured tablets on the market today and gives other devices like the iPad, Galaxy Tab, and Motorola Xoom a run for their money. Still though, the device does not have 3G service and the customization ability of some of those other devices. Amazon has also shaken up the pricing on its existing Kindle lineup, debuting new Kindles without keyboards as cheap as $79. The new Kindle Fire begins shipping in November. And that's what's making news in the world of tech this week. Sunita.
Thanks, Grant. You know, just when you think there could be no other product that could change our world so much, they keep bringing out more.
More and more stuff.
Well, thank you for letting us know about it. That's it for this newscast. Thanks to Uni Parada of El Centro de Acción Social for joining us on the phone, and Joe Hopkins, Mirror's coach Ken Howard's attorney, and Ton Suris telling us about the WISH program for going on camera with us. Thanks to all of our sponsors, including Southern California Edison, Wink Marketing, and the Pasadena Enterprise Center office building with office space available on North Lake Avenue. Thanks also to the CCN crew. This show would not be possible without you. Finally, thank you for watching CCN, Crown City News. Join us each week as we cover the news in Pasadena and the San Gabriel Valley. For all of us here at CCN, I'm Sunita Joshua Madison. Have a great week.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for watching CCN Game Changers, extraordinary people impacting our everyday lives. I'm Tammy Devine. So many people are looking for work right now. The economy is still very sluggish, and there's fierce competition over most job openings. For some, it takes a great deal of courage to consider moving out on their own, maybe starting their own business or figuring out a way to land on their own 2 feet during this time. With me right now is Evan Money. with a name like that, he ought to be out there writing